Hello and welcome back to Irish Chippy channel. My name is Pascal. Today I am going to show you how I made this giant size chopping board. I'm going to take you right through how I made it. It's made from mahogany. It's end grain, not edge grain or face grain as some other people call it. It's solid mahogany and it's made out of scrap pieces of wood I had from the windows and the doors that I made here in my house. So I decided I'm going to make a good big size one. It is over 22 inches long. It's 22 1/8 by 15 inches. Even for big knives like this, you can do all the stuff. I didn't want to put the channel in it, and I put no channels in the side of it. It's end grain, and end grain is way better than edge grain. I don't care what the other ones say. It takes a lot longer to make, and they are more expensive when you buy them. But I don't think you can even buy one. This is a Master Chef chopping board. I'm going to show you now how I made it outside. If you like this video, please subscribe. If your subscriptions is what helps this channel going. This is still fresh from the oil. So it's been about 6 years or more, 8 years since I made a chopping board, an end grain chopping board, which is a little bit more difficult, but not so much. Basically, you make a normal chopping board and then you chop that up and join that together, and then you have an end grain. I will show you that in one moment. It doesn't take too long, but you have to wait from one day to the next day for the glue to dry. So I have old scrap pieces that were cut off before. It doesn't matter what you have. I'm going to run it through the planer thickness. What I'm going to do is I'm going to chop all these ones up. Safety gear as usual. So I planed them down to approximately 38.5 millimeters each. That's what they ended up being, because I wanted to clean all sides and I wanted them to keep them square. There is a little bit of snipe on the end of these. That's going to be part of our waste. So what you do is we put them onto something nice and flat like this. And sometimes you can put lats going across like that, but I don't think it's necessary for this. But if you want to, you can. Because this is melamine, I can clean it off after I have the first one done. So you line them up something like the way I have them here. I have put 10 of them in now. I line them up like that, just turn them all 90 degrees like this. And we're going to put glue on them all except for the last one or the first one, whichever you like. And we go up and down. You can put it on with the brush as well. They will squeeze out there. Don't worry about it. It will squeeze out. It always squeezes out. You can go over and back this way as well if you think you don't have enough. I put an extra little bit on there on the first one. But Titebond is, in my opinion, is stronger than wood, because I've done a test on it before. Glue joint was stronger. So we just turn these on their side now. They're going to leave a little bit of glue on the bottom. And I will do the middle one first. And make sure the clamp is in the middle of the wood. Push them down. Don't tighten it the whole way yet. Get your 3 clamps on first. And then when you have them half, you can check it along here. Is this fairly good? You are not going to get it 100%, but it's going to go through the thicknesser again when we are finished here. So make sure your clamp is straight. That one looks a little bit crooked, so I'm going to loosen it a little bit and move it to there. And then we tighten everything up. So now I've taken them out of the clamp. It's the next day we move forward fast. And these turned out really, really well. They are very, very level across there. But we are going to run each of these through the planer thicknesser now. We're going to take a very, very small amount at a time. So we will start it up. Nothing will come off the first or second time. I'll just move this one over here first. Get yourself nice and organized. If you're working on your own, you will need to be able to go from one side to the other, which is no problem. But you can do both of them together. So you can put one in and then the next one in and then go down a little bit and then a little bit. I'm talking about you're going to do less than a quarter of a turn on this, because this one is 2 millimeters for a full turn. So that means a quarter of a turn is a half a millimeter at a time. So we're going to go something like that, or even less. This old one, I could do it making a new one of these. I have this one for maybe 11 years and it's not warped or anything, it's just battered a little bit. So So as they're pretty strong, but they get much more strength when they are joined together like this. They will be held on all sides. So we will be joining them similar to this here. So if one breaks off, don't worry. It happened to me on the last one and may happen on this one as well. We can join it in and put another little bit of glue in. But when they are all held together, then they are much stronger. I have some nice I have some nice knives that will go with this in a wooden block. I didn't make the block myself. I might make another block myself, but you could use yourself a straight edge to keep them straight, or maybe a piece of wood like this along here. You can put a sacrificial piece in here. We are going to run it through the saw afterwards, but we're only going to take the bare minimum off it. We're going to run it through the saw and then we will turn the other one upside down, so if the saw blade is off by a fraction of a degree, then if one is turned the other way, then the other one will be turned the other way. Do you understand what I mean? Like this. Except for the last one, like before. On the very end down here, there. That's going to be the most vulnerable part. You can cut it there. No, you can leave it. I don't know if I have enough glue in this. very quick here. It's approximately 31 degrees Celsius here at the moment. I put an extra bit on there just to be careful because that's the first one I done. We'll start putting them together now. Just turn them all. And I'm going to try and straighten them out first, just temporary. Like that. And then once we have them like that, then we know we're fairly good. And we'll push them in like this. And then we can take one of those off. I can take them off like that, nice and gently. We don't want them to move now on me. And then I will put one in the middle like I did the last time. Make sure it's pushed down, nice. Don't tighten it in the whole way the first time. I'm going to put this one near the end this time because it's the most vulnerable spot. The ball in this one is not turning right, so I'm going to try and get my right hand on it. Now there's a lot of glue down here. Now I have it. Now we're done. So I'm going to wipe that down with my damp cloth. So we'll clean that all up. We'll do this one and I'll see you. We will finish this off tomorrow. I don't think I'm going to put cleats in it. I put one in my last one and I didn't like it afterwards. So the next day, after I done it there, after I clamped it up, I decided then to put in this little sacrificial piece along here, running with the grain along here. So that will be out of the back of the planer. Other than, if we don't do that, then we'll have chip off. So we will cut this off with the saw then afterwards, after we plane it up. So they came out really, really nice. Look at them here, see them? And really nice and smooth. We will sandpaper them as well. We will trim off the edges. A little bit of end grain got on there, but we are cutting a piece off them later on anyway, and then we're going to do a round over. So our next job is to join these two together. So we're going to have to straighten two of these and clamp them together and make sure it's level. So it's going to be a little bit messy. I have my rag here ready. What we will do is we'll put a light pressure on them first. I think we'll be okay with putting 4 clamps or 3 clamps on them. So before I do anything, I'm going to clean that off first so I can see how much alignment I have going across here. Don't worry about the edge, we're going to trim it later. And that is near perfect, right? So that will come out with the sander, no problem. And now what we're going to do is we're going to tighten them up fully. And there will come more, but we want to make sure we don't twist it by doing that. This on full, the variable speed on full. I didn't use a mask there because I was talking to you, but it's important you wear a mask because even though there's a filter on the back of this, so my lavalier is here and you won't be able to hear me talking. Yeah, we will sand out the middle and then we will make it all nice and smooth on all sides. Then we will do the edges. I'm pretty sure that it will work on the edge. I will try a little bit just now to, but maybe we will just do it with some hand sandpaper, like maybe grit 80 or something like that. Like this. Yeah, I think we'll just use the hand sand on it. I don't need it very much rounded over. It is not meant to be rounded over, but just make sure it's pure mineral oil, no additives in it. And it should go from here over to the other side. So we will let it soak through it for a while, and then we will turn the board over, and then we will come back again, and we leave it soaking in it. Now, here's the tip. Don't put this in the sun to dry. If you put this in the sun to dry, the mineral oil inside in the mineral oil inside in the wood will get hot, and then it will start coming back out of the wood, and that's not what we want. So it's not going to be left in the full sun. So just get a normal, I bought this in the pharmacy. Some people use this for massage, some use it for their hair. And I just get it and I pour it on the middle of it. Sounds a bit funny, but it's going to take, I don't know how much it's going to take, because this is a lot thicker than the last one I done. So we just pour it on it. I have plenty more of this. There's 120 milliliters in each of these. And you can see, and now you can see the beautiful color coming out of the mahogany. I'm not going to put the brush near it yet. We'll get the brush to move it around the edges. I have a black plastic bag underneath this. The last one I done, I had a tray, but I don't have a tray big enough to hold this one in. So I'm just going to put a plastic bag there. This is okay to get this on your hands. It's not like any of the other oils. This is, people use this, as I said, for washing their hair. So I'm going to get the brush and move it outwards in a moment. And we're going to let that soak. Now the sun is coming in here. I'm underneath a gazebo here, and I'm going to make sure that the sun does not come in on this. Wear gloves, wear gloves. But I'm going to pick it up and going to have a look. Now I'm going to show you now. You see? I'm going to put it upside down. You can see that it's already soaking through in some places. So we'll just leave it for a few minutes, and then we will go the opposite way. As I said, don't worry about getting it on your hands. I just don't want to waste any of it. And you see here on the back of it, it's already nearly through. I'm going to do it on the back now and then turn it back over. So I think it's nearly penetrated the whole lot of it. We will know in one moment. There's no point in putting more than what the wood is going to take. We'll leave that like that for a few minutes, and then we will come back to you in a moment. So there's our chopping board. I'm inside now. You can see here now I put tabs underneath the bottom of these. Are removable. They're just stuck on. This is a reversible board. I wanted it reversible so that we can, if you want to, after a month or two, change it from one side to the other. But it's an end grain, so when it's chopped with a big knife or something like that, it's self-healing, where if you have a edge grain, face grain, and the grain is going that way, and you hit it with a knife, it does not repair itself because you have actually broken the grain. My wife does most of the cooking here, nearly all of the cooking. I do the other stuff like maintenance and all that. Wife is a professional cooker, and she does most of the cooking here in the house and in our business. And she is very happy with this now. I have some more work to do in the kitchen. I just done the tiling there. There's a few floating shelves. going in, and we're making the doors, because everything in this house I made myself. I hope you enjoyed this video. As usual, be cautious with the tools if you're not used to using them, especially if you're going to plane, especially if you're going to plane the end grain through the thicknesser. If you don't have a thicknesser, you can still make this. If you don't have a table saw, you can still make this. If you can buy 1.5 or 1.25 inch finished wood, you can glue them all together and cut them across with a circular saw. I put a link in the description where you can buy the proper oil for it, and I will also put a description where I got the glue for it, and the glue is very, very important. So, thank you very, very much for watching, and if you like this video or any of our other videos, please subscribe.